Hey guys, it's Collin here. I was asked to answer a few questions for Jessica, and I'm happy to oblige. So let's get right into it. How did I get into magic? Well, I was around 10 years old at the time, and actually, I was younger than that when my stepfather and my mother got together. He was a magician, and he had been doing like parlor shows and stuff like that for a while. And that's actually one of the reasons my mom started dating him, is just because the magic. It's a real charmer there. But he really got me into it. When I was around 10, I started to mimic some of the stuff he was doing. I started borrowing a lot of his props, and I was doing a lot of that parlor magic. And then I stopped for a couple years and picked it up again when I was at like 14, and from there I just became completely immersed into it and started it back up again and really practiced, and that's how Bedeceived came along. So yeah, it was a combination of my stepdad introducing it to me, and then I got into it again, actually because of a girl, because I kind of figured, if she liked this hockey player, and I figured, well, I can't play hockey, but I can do something pretty cool, and so I started doing magic again to sort of impress her, and from there, I didn't even care if I impressed her. I was just trying to do some amazing stuff. So it's a combination of those two things. What is my favorite deck? I mean, I would have to say you have to go bikes. Bikes are definitely my favorite deck. If I had to go custom, that's a tough one. I mean, I really like our decks, Bedeceived decks, but I'm kind of biased there. So, I mean, of course I'm going to like those. So, if I had to go with another company's decks, I'd probably go with Sentinels by Theory 11, just because they're custom. They're fully custom, and not just custom as in the court cards were changed a little bit. No, they were completely custom, and you don't see that too often these days. But I really like what the guys at Circle City and Lance Miller, Seasons. I like all the stuff that they're doing. Yeah, so Aether cards. I'm trying to name them all because I really like what a lot of the smaller companies are doing, because they're really trying to advance the art, and not just I hate when people do a tuck box, an ace of spades, and a back design, and then just call it a night. That kind of, that really gets on my nerves, because it seems like such a waste to me. Or to just change a few colors on the courts, but I ramble. Who are some of my favorite magicians? I love Wayne Houchin. He's probably my most favorite. I like magicians who have a lot of showmanship. I'm not real big into watching the move monkeys and all that crazy technique and stuff. I want to see showmanship. I want to see entertainment value with my magicians. That's what I want to learn from. So I love Wayne Houchin. Daniel Garcia is another one. Lee Asher. Lee Asher and I are friends, and he's a really great guy, and he's an awesome magician. Great showman, and he does a lot for the magic community. So I'd say those are my top three. How did I come up with the name Bedeceived? That's it was kind of weird. I mean, I originally had a site called collinstovermagic.com, and that was just really long. It was hard to spell because people spell my name with one L sometimes. So I didn't want to have any confusion, so I wanted to pick something shorter and something catchier than just Collin Stover Magic. So I decided, all right, well, I'm gonna come up with like a different name that will just reroute to that site. So I started to come up with different names, and I had a few. I wanted to be something actionable, something like a verb. Like I wanted to be a command is what I wanted. So I had a few, like Dare to Believe, which sounds like a Christian missionary group. I I actually think some Obama owns that domain name, or Obama supporters or something like that, because I looked into it, and that's why I didn't buy it. Otherwise, you would be doing an interview with Collin Stover with Dare to Believe. Anyways, so yeah, I had a few different names, and I was just trying to come up with something catchy, something short, and something that was actionable, and something that was a command. So my dad was coming up with a few ideas, and he came up with the word deceived. I said, well, I want it to be an action, so I said, be deceived. And then I just lumped it into one word, and I just ran from it from there. But from the original, when I first bought the domain, it actually just rerouted to collinstovermagic.com. So there was no Be Deceived company. That was just a shorter domain name, so people weren't confused with my long name. So yeah, that's how the name started. And when did I start magic? Like I said earlier, I started around 10 years old. I stopped when I was like 12, maybe 12 or 13. And then I started back up again when I was like 14. But yeah, I hope all those answers were sufficient. It's kind of late here, so I'm sorry if I rambled on a little bit. Yeah, that's pretty much, those are my answers. There was another company, Encarded. Okay, that's who I was trying to think of. I wanted to mention Encarded as well. I love what they're doing with their custom decks. It looks extremely detailed, especially their Arum deck that's coming out. Looks extremely detailed. It looks great. So shout out to those guys, because it looks awesome. But I support all of the smaller card companies, and I support the larger ones too. But the smaller companies are really progressive and really trying to make a difference within the printing community and the playing card community. All right, see you guys.
Thank you, Collin, for that wonderful interview. Also, you can pre-order the Confidence deck November 20th, so check out Bedeceived's forums right there to know everything. Check out Bedeceived's YouTube and Bedeceived.com. Thank you, Collin, so much. More interviews on people not so famous as Collin will be coming soon, and more deck reviews. And my mystery deck review should be coming soon. So that's it. Thank you so much, Collin, and thank all of you guys for watching. And remember to keep loving magic.